Hello, everybody. Welcome to Paper Mario Part 7. Today we're going through sand. Sand, left, right, and sideways. Sand up, sand down, sand in the sand in the toes, sand in the vagina. Oh, man, sand is everywhere.
I got sand in my Virginia. No, I think actually there's no worse feeling in the world than getting sand in your toes when you got shoes on.
Oh, yeah. These are pokies. You can't jump on them, obviously, and you're going to need to basically whack them down the sides. I prefer all hitting attacks with these things like Quake Hammer and Koopa Shell, which I don't have on me at the moment because I need to switch out for Koops.
I had a... Look, go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
No, I'll let you go.
All right. No, because it's kind of tangentially related because we have spinies on the screen. But, so recently
Pokies.
I just got the Link to the Past bug again, and I just finished 100%ing the GBA version because I never beat that version of the game. But while I was in the GBA High, I started playing all of the Mario GBA ports that received.
Oh, yeah.
And I went to Mario World first.
Weird.
Yeah, I went to Mario World first because that's my favorite 2D Mario game. But they changed some enemy behavior for that version, specifically with the Spinies and how Yoshi consumes them. Because in the original game...
These things?
Yeah, Pokies.
Yeah.
Pokies is what I meant to say, Pokies. I see spines on the thing.
Yeah, I know.
Spinies. Spinies is technically the name of the beetle with the
spike.
The spike. In the original Mario World, Yoshi could eat Pokies individually by the body.
Yeah.
And you just swallow them whole. In the GBA version, you can't swallow them. So you eat one, Yoshi holds it in his mouth, and you spit it back out as a projectile.
Yeah, they changed that.
Yeah, they changed that, but it's much slower to kill those enemies now because you can't spam Yoshi's tongue off.
Yeah. Well, in World, if you ate close enough,
you ate like 3 of them at once.
Yeah, I think you could get it up to 4.
Yeah. How far can you get? It's kind of like a nice little challenge for yourself.
I think 4 was where, because it was always kind of you eat them all at once.
I hate these fuckers. They're bandits. Bandits basically, they bum rush you for 10 coins if they can succeed on the hit. And then they try to run away with that money. I think you actually have to beat them. But you get a sad little face.
You get a sad face.
And I like the noise. I'm a fan of the noise. when they would miss.
Charging your hammer while giving you an additional point of power also does work wonders for your other badges that use it. So if you charge up a few turns and let a Quake Hammer fly, it's going to fucking hurt everybody.
Meanwhile, Mario is freaked out because it's like, fuck, I thought I imagined you guys as a child.
It's just unearthing Mario's traumas here.
Yeah. Oh, these are the red variants, though.
Yes.
In Yoshi's Island, they took extra hits.
Blue.
They took extra hits to kill.
In this case here, they're like the first enemies where I started to equip the damage dodge badge I got last part.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just like, it gives you an extra point of defense if you success with the action command.
Yeah.
And I find that really helpful if you want to keep your hit points low. If you go with the reaction timing, which I sometimes am, sometimes I'm not.
You're over 100 coins. Where's your extra life?
Oh, no, they're just currency.
Unlocks a new partner. That'd be some shit, right? Like, imagine
a second Mario.
Imagine there's exactly 100 coins in the entire game, and if you manage to find all 100, it unlocks a secret exclusive partner
I want
that you can only use in endgame.
Kind of like Luigi.
Yeah, like it unlocks Luigi.
Brother, help! You got to pay my bill.
Why is he in jail?
Did you not read? Did you not read all the misadventures of the Clockwork Kingdom?
The Waffle Kingdom.
The Waffle Kingdom.
Oh, but that's Thousand Year Door. That's that's after this game.
Oh, I'm talking about like later on.
What did Luigi do here to get himself?
Oh,
What's the tornado from Mario Party?
The tornado is actually one of the rare cases where that's not an enemy you fight. He's actually just a stage hazard. If you run into him, you get warped away to a part of the map. I think it's actually set where you go. The only thing is that I decided at some point just to pull up a map so I could like go through and get all the treasures.
Yeah. Actually, hold on. Is this the game that introduces the Tweester?
The Mario 64.
Mario 3 had a tornado, but it wasn't. An enemy.
Like Mario 64.
Mario 64 had Tweesters.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you fell into like one of the whirlpools of sand that did, aside from killing you.
Yeah.
There was one that would shoot you up into the sky. The Tweester face was on that guy.
Get over here, bitch. I'm going to tweest your teeth.
Oh, a titty Tweester. How dare you?
Titty tweester.
Don't worry. Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt will stop it.
Rest in peace, Bill Paxton.
Rest in peace, Dorothy 2.
They were probably at Dorothy 5 and Twisters.
Yeah, because the sequel came out. Was it a sequel or is it a
sequel.
remake?
It's a sequel.
It's a sequel that came out.
Is it like Jaws 4 where the
after
Twister has a grudge against the family?
It's a voodoo tornado.
You know what? That'd be a hell of a movie.
That would be dumb as shit, but I would fucking watch it.
We off camera we were talking about the Running Man. They're redoing the Running Man.
Yeah.
The guy that is going to be Ben Richards, I believe, was in Twisters.
Yes.
I
Yes,
think he was in that movie.
And it's being directed by Edgar Wright.
So wait, what's Twisters going into? Tornadoes still suck in more than one way.
Or blow.
Suck and blow.
Or blow, depending on where you are in reference to the tornado.
I don't know.
It's probably just the sort of the same thing.
I don't imagine it's just the same thing,
Yeah,
but
it's
like
probably
told
just-
in 2025 as opposed to when did
And
Twisters
I
come out?
still
I think
fucking-
1996. I want to say 1996,
It
97.
was somewhere around there.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
still haven't
we used to
wa-
watch the movie all the time.
That one was great.
Yeah.
You actually are, or when you get down to the blue cactuses here, you can find out the hint later, but when you get to the blue cactuses, that's where you jump into the Tweester to get that badge.
Cacti.
Bless you.
Now, what okay, that badge, I think that was one of my favorites.
Yeah, basically, if you spin into something, you die. Guess what? I never
Yeah.
equip it.
96.
No.
96, 1996.
96.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I figured that Johnny's going to jump cut anyway. So I figure...
Well, we're getting past battles at this point. Because you fought the two encounters that are offered in the desert, and those are Pokies and bandits.
And sometimes Pokey Bandits.
Yeah, sometimes you fight a combination of both.
And in reality, it's just a Pokey shoved up a bandit's
They have
ass.
rusted nails taped to their knuckles. Oh, Jesus, just take the money. Don't poke me with that
The
rusted needle.
bandit pokies is just a cactus with a mask on.
I thought it was going to be a bandit with a Pokey up his ass.
I'm still looking at this poster for Twister, the first film.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up. They put a cow right there, too.
Well, yeah, that's how you know the Twister's a jerk.
Yeah, because it takes the fucking cow.
Well, because there's a scene in the movie where it takes a
It's
cow.
also a tornado. They're kind of indiscriminate, Elliot.
Got cows.
That's just another attack
I
sound
always
effect badge.
remembered like during the climax of that movie, Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt's character, because I'm blanking on their names.
Bill Puxton.
Bill Paxton.
Well, he almost said Pullman.
The Pullman that I almost did say Pullman, which is a different movie. They survived the tornado going over them by strapping themselves to that metal pole.
Yeah.
With a
Yeah,
belt.
yeah.
With a
With
belt.
a belt buckle, and then they get carried in, but they're in the center of the tornado. It's a gorgeous shot.
Yeah, it's a great visual.
But it's also
Scientifically,
they should
though.
be fucking dead. Like they should
Because of all that debris that's in there.
No, that's the least of their problem.
Yeah, that air is getting sucked out of there fast.
That isn't a vacuum. They can't breathe. Like they can't breathe, and they're going to get torn to shreds from the wind velocity alone. Like
I don't know. There's people that have that survived tornadoes.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
But if you're strapped in and you cannot move,
Woohoo!
that wind
Runaway
is
peg.
beating on you.
Yeah.
Because now you're a stationary object, so now you're going to get torn apart like a barn door.
I wonder if that's possible to.
If anything, I
Like-
think
well,
your chances.
because there's people that have been in those wind tunnels and stuff, and
Yeah.
they survived. The wind hitting you, I would imagine, doesn't actually kill you. I feel like statistically speaking, some piece of debris would.
I would
hit you.
argue it is the wind that
Yeah.
kills you, because the reason why they tell you to avoid wind tunnels like during a high storm is because of the fucking pressure and the force of the wind hitting.
Yeah,
It's
maybe,
going to
yeah.
hit you like a fucking train,
Yeah.
and
right.
that shit is concentrated. So if
Dried fruit, rare find.
anything, strangely enough. And it's a movie, I understand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
Taking the piss out of it.
Yeah.
But I think realistically speaking, you'd have a better chance just getting flung by you survive. Your chances of survival are higher if you'd freely get flung by it, because I think staying still stationary just guarantees that your skin's gonna be ripped apart.
See, but I feel like you would. I feel like there's no way then, because being flung means being thrown, or assuming you're not carried, it means being thrown at high
Yeah.
velocity up against something.
I think
you're
of
gonna
this
collide
is
anyway.
kind of it's kind of a weird thing, but this is how I break it down. Because I learned through.
They actually make tornado survival things, and
Yeah.
and you'd be surprised.
But you
what
remember
they do.
and again, this may or may not be based on reality. It's like, but I've seen several like martial arts flicks, or at least like videos going into like the study of those things, and they always tell you it's better to the best defense for like being attacked is actually moving with your opponent.
Yeah, you
So,
move in.
like,
You move in with it.
It's actually a bad idea to stand still.
Yeah.
because you're essentially a wooden board at that point, and that fist is gonna
Yeah,
break
exactly.
something.
Right.
So the idea is that if you're free flowing, yeah, you're gonna die because you're 300 feet in the air. Most
That's
likely.
the problem, yeah.
you know,
Or you're
But
slammed hard
there
against the wall or
is
something.
a chance you might survive.
Well, they have things to survive tornadoes and stuff like that, and what
Yeah.
they are, they're usually covers that you put on, and you lay down on the ground. And the closer you are to the ground, the less wind catches
Yeah.
you, and the more likely. So the thing that you would have is sort of a cover so that it passes over you, and then you actually
until
you
the second you forget that it's there.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it over? So you go to stand up.
where are we, Matt?
Oh shit, that was an interesting discussion on tornadoes. I just kicked back. What I did in the desert, basically, aside from finding the hidden badges and spare badges ahead of time, I also went and got my first super block, and I used it to power up Cooper because I really like Dizzy Shell. Here we're gonna make use of something that Ted calls a curse and I call a blessing. This is Merly. Merly basically, you pay her like a set amount of coins, and if you go for like the highest amount, she'll show up more often. For Ted, it's like she shows up at the worst times. For me, she's always been at the beach.
That's the thing about it, though, isn't it? Like, you can influence it somewhat by the amount of coins you invest into it.
Yeah.
But it is an RNG centric thing at the end of the day, and I think, because the one thing I remember about our old Braid Scratch commentary is that Ted hates this thing because he has miserable luck with it.
I have splendid luck.
Yeah. It really just depends on what RNG favors you. So
I also managed to pick up a lemon and a lime as well.
yeah.
You'll want to go to that oasis and grab a lemon by slamming it in a tree, so that this guy here will give you hints on how to do it, or what you got to do next. In my case here, I kind of forgot what the fuck I was supposed to buy, so I actually had to go through this to get like the to do all this. But also, you'll want to get a lime and hold on to that for later.
Before I do this reading, are you a cop? No.
You know, legally, you have to tell me.
Now, how much money do you have?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I don't have cash. I have card.
Here are
Eat
all.
shit then.
You got Cash App?
Yes.
I take Venmo.
Store all the shit you're not gonna need at the moment. I just stored the lime, the tasty tonic, I believe, and I store something else.
So you're always gonna be holding on to the Whacka bump.
For a while, yeah. For most of my game, it's pretty much a genuine elixir.
How many times can you whack Whacka before Whacka whacks off?
That's an interesting question. The doctor told me I could do it 6 times a day. Actually, no. The
But
doctor
according
didn't.
to the
I
meme, it
learned
was 62.
no 62 before you die. In my
Yeah.
case, it's like my personal best was 5 before I had to call it a night.
But how many times can you,
I thought 5 before I was on call.
how many times can you whack Whacko before you get whacked?
Nah, for all I think it's like 10 or so times, and then
Yeah.
afterwards he's like, you know what? Fuck you, I'm out of here.
To be fair, you are whacking him on the head with a hammer.
And eating his tumor.
Man,
Yeah.
fuck this shit. I'm
Yeah,
jerking
can we talk
off.
about that? I know it's kind of a gross subject, but what the fuck is a Whacka bump?
A tumor.
Like, so
Would it be
Cli-
a tumor? It sounds more like a scab.
I think it's gross either way.
Yeah.
Because it's also, I think, described to have a filling.
Yeah.
It's pus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a scab to me.
Okay, forbidden lemonade.
No, but a giant tumor could also have that
That's
too.
not lemonade.
It's a forbidden bonbon.
I put the sin
you know-
in Cinnabon.
No, you remember that gum that had the jelly filling?
I do. Yeah.
It's like that.
Like freshen up.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gross. That's what it is.
So basically,
No, it's Ferrero Rocher's.
I don't know what that is.
The little gold ball.
yeah, I love
the
those.
chocolate
And then
with
it's
the
got
nuts.
like a whole
the chocolate
hazelnut
ball
in
with
it.
the nut.
I love those.
It's got a hazelnut in it.
It's okay. Yeah, I know
They look
about
like
that.
they're very
yeah.
expensive, but they're
Yeah.
actually not.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the one that had like the cherry in it, which I
No,
can't
well, that's a
stand.
bonbon.
That's a bonbon.
Or
yeah.
or that's a
Cherry
cordial.
filled chocolate.
Cherry cordial.
cordial. Yeah, I can't stand.
cherry
it.
Ooh, there's
cordials.
Chuck Quizmo.
I can't stand. it.
Man, I miss Quiznos.
That's Quiznos subs. This is Quiznos
Yes.
games.
Yeah, basically all you do is you just answer a trivia question. Sometimes I'll ask the same one twice. I
I like
never,
the assistant.
Yeah.
It's the outfit and the hearts. For that.
Yeah, the little clapping.
Yeah.
And she serves no purpose whatsoever.
Yeah. The Vanna White to Pat Sajak.
Vanna White was
Vanna
more of a
did
purpose.
something, though.
Yeah, Vanna had more of a purpose than Pat Sajak.
Yeah. Yeah, she was
We're
like,
talking about hitting a panel on the wall. I was like, at least she had a purpose.
yeah.
That's still more than Pat Sajak does.
No, Pat Sajak.
Pat drove the ship.
Yeah, he drove the ship.
Okay.
He did,
Yeah. He
yeah.
interacted
Yeah.
with the guests.
Is he retired finally?
Yeah,
He
he retired a while
retired
ago.
a while ago.
Thank God.
What's wrong with Pat Sajak?
He went full MAGA.
Did he? Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know
Do
that.
you know that for sure?
It was
Yeah.
on his Twitter. He went far right.
Okay. I noticed there was a hesitancy in your voice. Like, do you know for sure?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to blast anybody. It's like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Now,
What the fuck is blood yapping on?
Yeah. Do you know for sure, or would you like to buy a vowel?
Mustafa, now, the thing is with all the letters you can find all over is you can deliver them to people for a star piece. However, you need to remember to have power carry in your party. Don't worry, don't go too crazy about it. It's just basically hitting the party change button and saying, hey, I want this guy, and then you're done. That's all the power carry's entire purpose, really. You get him 3 letters, and now he's background noise.
Wait, his name's Mustafa?
The mouse.
the mouse
Isn't
that the mouse that you're talking
Mouse
about.
stuff.
It's Mustafa, right?
But
But
it's
that's not,
Mustafa.
that's not Will Ferrell.
It's
You're
Wait,
basically
oh, wait, no,
playing
that's
hot and cold.
Gustava.
But we already saw it before. It had like a giant it was a rock with a circle on it. You're just playing hot and cold with this thing, really.
yeah. It's like I thought you were closer in the previous room.
Yeah,
I did
I
too,
think it's
then I
to the
got
right,
lost.
right?
The fuck happened? I thought we were playing Paper Mario. This is Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, it should have been to the right.
It is to the right. I'm wondering, Matt, what are we doing?
I think you just want to get his item.
Matt, go back. Matt from the past, go back.
What am I, Link to the Past? No.
Go here, you
Matt to
dumb
the past.
shit.
Why was it called Link to the Past?
Let's not get into that.
Why was it called Link?
Why
Oh,
was it
no.
called
The 7 sages from the seven current sages are the link to the past of the 7 sages of of yesteryear.
Sure.
You're their link.
Or Zelda was the link to the past power of the sages.
To steal Ganondorf away for
Well,
good.
but all the maidens were, though, to be fair. Because they're descendants
Yeah,
of the
but
sages.
Zelda's on
Yeah.
the box, so
It's not Zelda, the 7
Yeah.
sages.
it's not the Legend of 6 random girls.
Because that gave me the false impression that the Dark World was a past version of Hyrule, and that's
Nah.
not what it is.
No,
it's just an
no.
alternate version. Yeah. It's the Golden
well,
My ass.
technically,
Land. Whoa, boy, what?
it was.
What do you mean?
Wasn't that one of the more modern pieces of lore? Was that the Golden Land was actually some sort of previous version of Hyrule?
I mean, in retrospect, you can say
Yeah,
that. But I think originally, as intended, no, it was always meant to just be an alternate world.
Well, originally back then, but then
Yeah.
slowly but surely, I think was it Skyward Sword
Yeah.
that people tried to say that was the Golden Land?
No, well,
before
Skyward
or
Sword
something?
Skyward Sword, I believe, was officially identified as the first game.
Yes.
Like this
Okay.
was the origin point of the Triforce, the legend of Hylia, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And like in retrospect, that's why I stress that you can totally read it as that. But I think like originally designed, it wasn't supposed to be that. So.
Right. Yeah. Originally, it was supposed to be some
Yeah,
random.
it's just an
place.
alternate world.
It was the world where the goddesses made. To
It was
store
originally the
Triforce.
Golden Land.
Yeah.
It was the Golden Land that had the Triforce,
Yeah.
and then Ganon got his hands on it, and it became the Dark World.
We'll learn more
We'll see
about
you
Dark
guys
World
next time.
next time.
Okay, we'll see you guys next time in Paper Mario.
Exactly.
In Paper Zelda theory crafting.
I would play
Paper Zelda the Twisters.
Absolutely.
Oh, we can't end the video yet without some more patron shoutouts. Shoutouts to Hugh D, Proto Blues, Sawyer Young, Alexander Rayway, Ack Fusion, Trojan 64, Beowulf the Bounty Hunter, Toaster 1012, Shadow Goku 21, KB, Prince Fluff the 4th, and finally for tonight, B Senpai 97. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the next part of Paper Mario, and maybe by then I'll remember that they're called Pokies and not Spinies.